So today we're going to look at the characteristics of adult learners. When looking at that, we're looking at Module 2. So the learning objective for Module 2 includes the andragogy and practice model, core adult learning principles, how to apply the andragogy model to a real-world scenario, personal experience or personal examples of the andragogy model, and my rationale for selecting this particular module. So let's begin. When we're first looking at that, we're going to look at the actual model of the andragogy in practice. When looking at it, you're looking at it more so from the inside out. So reading it first, you're going to look at the core adult learning principles, the individual and situational differences, the goals and purposes for learning. We're focusing only today on the core adult learning principles. That's what we're going to focus on right now, just that little part of the andragogy practice model. So when we're looking at that, we're looking at the first part of it, and it says learners need to know. What that means is learners need to know the why, the what, and the how. Why exactly are they pursuing this particular training? Why exactly are they trying to reach this particular goal, or whatever the situation is? They need to know the what, the why, and how they're going to do it. It's all goal-oriented for adult learners. Also, the self-concept of the learner. Are they more internally motivated or self-directed? One thing about adult learners, they do have a goal and a goal in mind, and they are internally motivated to get it done. They self-directed. They really don't need anybody's help to get it done. Just point them in the right direction for what they need to know or what they need to do to get it, and they'll more than likely get it. Prior experience of the learner. They bring prior life experiences, resources, and knowledge. One thing about teaching adults, they do have that prior experience, and I think they can add and build on to a lot of the work that they bring and when they're learning and stuff. So you can link up the prior experience with the current experience, and it kind of helps when it comes down to learning a new task or something. Also, the readiness to learn. They are more ready and have a strong desire for learning. Again, they have a goal in mind, and so it's not like pedagogy when you have to learn. That's just not how it's situated for andragogy. They have a goal in mind. They're ready to learn. No one's making them do it. They're doing it for their own self-satisfaction, or they're doing it for a particular promotion or a particular goal. Also, orientation to learning. They are more problem and task-centered. If there's a particular task or problem that arise that they need to focus on when it comes down to the goal, they're going to focus on that and get that done. Also, motivation to learn. Intrinsically motivated in self-development. They have a strong desire to get it done. They are motivated from within. It's more self-development. They're doing it just for self-satisfaction, and again, they have that goal in mind. So when we recap and we look at that, we know that learners do need to know. They need to know the why, the what, and the how. Also, they are more internally motivated and self-directed. They do bring prior life experiences, resources, and knowledge. They are more ready and have a strong desire for learning. They are more problem and task-centered, and they are intrinsically motivated. So let's look at applying the andragogy theory here. When applying the andragogy principle, each adult students need to be assessed to understand their why. I like to look at them to see exactly what their motivation is, what their goal is, and what exactly they're trying to achieve. Since every person is different regarding learning, adult learning relevancy and goal can help facilitate a successful real-world learning environment. So, for example, these are the examples. Get to know your students. In every class that I am, the beginning of a new class, I try to get to know my students and know exactly what they're up against, whether they are married, whether they have kids, whether they have particular health issues, anything that may hinder their ability to learn. I also share my own personal experiences during my lecture. I share my personal experience in the beginning, but also during lectures. So when I'm having a lecture, I try to put my past experience in there, and I also encourage the students to do that as well. And that way, we're tying in our past experiences with our current experiences, and that helps with memorization. It helps them be able to remember that particular subject or whatever we're learning. relate. Being able to relate to students. I try to relate to my students. I let them know that, hey, I am a parent as well. I also am a caregiver as well. I also am a student. I'm a student as well. So being a student and being a parent and also working and being an instructor, that's a lot that goes into that. And you have a lot of things going on at one time, and I understand that. My rationale actually for selecting Module 2 is because being an instructor, it helps me understand the adult learner more. Not only do I see these behavior I can put into practice, the knowledge and understanding when teaching adult students. So I understand and I learned a lot from this course, and I can put it to practice again. I already was kind of getting an understanding of what they were up against, but now I can understand more how to keep some things maybe a little bit shorter form, or actually to tie in the particular goal and what they need to know. For example, if I'm teaching a lesson, I always say, this is going to be on your boards, because that's their goal. They are becoming dental hygienists. So their goal in our essence is to pass the boards and become a dental hygienist. So now I keep saying that so they can understand why we're learning this and why we're going toward that particular goal. All right, and here's my reference or my resources here. And that is it.